Hey traders, today is actually 4/20/2016. This is Miss Put Options, and today I'm just going to be reviewing SVXY. This is a pro share. So we're looking at a 15-minute view here. We're just going to look at the pure chart and nothing else. We're not going to throw any not gonna throw any moving the averages or anything like that on there. None of that Fibonacci stuff. We're just gonna look at the pure chart. So what I am looking at the 15-minute, as you could see, if we go ahead and just draw some trend lines here, it looks like it does want to go up. And as you could see, the next area to go that it would go up to would be this would be the next. This would be the next area of previous supply, and then the next area of previous supply would be right around, it would be right around here. So 50 excuse me, 54.85, and if it surpasses that, then the next area of supply would be this little area here, 55.23, and then the next area of previous supply would be 55.56 if it continues going up. So let's take all that off of there, and let me show you what I'm looking at. I'm looking at this double top here and this double top here to show you my trading zone here. And this is the trading zone looking at the 15-minute here. So as you can see, it is going up on the 15-minute chart. So let's look at some other views here. We're going to look at the 1-hour chart and see what that is saying, and still, once again, it is going up here. Let's see, let's draw a trend line here to see what we're looking at, and this is the 1-hour view here, and as you can see, it is still it still remains to be going up here in an uptrend here. Let's make that as nice as neat as possible. We got our double top here, not quite a double bottom here, but you can see the trend line is definitely going up looking at the 1-hour view. And when we're looking at the 1-hour view here, our next previous supply would be this area here, which is the 55.25, and I believe that we mentioned that on the 15-minute. Now we're going to clear all this off, and then we're going to look at the daily view and see what the daily is telling us. Daily is telling a little different story. It looks like it's attempting to make a double top. We will see on tomorrow. But this this pro share is really, as you can see, it's really going in an uptrend here. And you guys have to excuse me, I got a little cough that I cannot get rid of. It is definitely going in a uptrend here. It has broken the uptrend a couple of times here, and so really if it stays above this line, this blue line here, is going to go higher. And we had several, we have the low point here, we have a higher low, higher low, higher low than that one, a higher low than that one, and then here it broke the trend line, and now it's above the trend line. And each time we had a higher high, we had a higher high here, a higher high there, a higher high. And the reason why this this pro share went down is because we almost had like a we did have a double bottom here. We had a double bottom here, and let's draw so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, not a double bottom. We had a double top here and a double bottom here. So if we draw that line here, this was our area that it was trading in at this particular point, and as you can see, it went up to that particular trend line, got rejected here, and then eventually went back up. So we're just going to have to watch that there. Let's draw another line here to see what's going on, where area of possible resistance is going to be, and as you can see, roughly about 58.59. If it makes it up to this blue line, that's going to be an area of resistance. Okay, so that was we went over the 15-minute, we went over the 1-hour, went over the daily. Let's look what the weekly is going to bring us. We're looking at a weekly view here. And weekly here, we have this trend area here. We have a double top here. We have not quite a double bottom here, but let's go ahead and draw the trend line here, and if we're looking at the weekly here, this is what we're looking at. So hopefully it's going to get up here to the 58.98 area if it keeps on going upward. As you can see on the weekly, it is still going up. The thing that I like about the whole thing is that there is a gap here. There's a gap here. Whether or not it makes it all the way to this gap at this particular point, I'm really not sure. And if we draw a trend line here, this is going to be, this particular area here is definitely going to be previous supply. If it surpasses that particular area, this is going to be the next area previous supply, which is roughly about 59.36. And then after that, it's going to be gap filling, because it still has not filled this particular gap all the way. There's still a piece of area here that needs to be filled here. As you can see, the stock went down, it came here, it gapped down, it went up here, and it didn't quite fill that particular gap. So it looks strong. If you're going to play the downside, play it very quickly. I believe the downside is coming. And play it very quickly. I personally, I don't really think I'm going to be playing the upside. If you throw the Bollinger Bands on this, and let's look at the. I said I wasn't going to put any indicators on, but let's go back at the daily view here. And what I don't like, if we throw some the Bollinger Bands on here, you will see that here are our Bollinger Bands, and to make those more pronounced so you can see what I'm talking about, I'm going to make the upper one black, really bold, and I'm going to make the lower one black, really bold. And this is when it's starting to get scary, when it starts trading outside of the Bollinger Band. So the stock or the ETF pro shares, they do not like to trade outside of the Bollinger Band. So this is why I would be a little leery about trading the upside. However, if these Bollinger Bands decide to open up, then this is definitely going to go higher. I've already shared with you the areas of previous supply. I personally will not be dealing with the upside. Maybe when the market opens, it'll tell me a different story, but I'm going to be staying away from the upside. Just looking here at the daily view. If we go ahead and look at the hourly view with the Bollinger Bands on it, you can see it still has a ways to go till it hits that upper Bollinger Band. Right now, it's kind of using the middle Bollinger Band as a source of support. And I did mention that on stock tweets, that it was using that middle Bollinger Band as a little source of support, as it has done before. As you can see, the middle Bollinger Band was used as support here, and it went up. Here was used as a little resistance, and then eventually it went up. So right now it has some support there. But like I said, I'm going to be watching this one closely to either side. However, I don't think I'm going to be getting into any upside action with this as it stands right now. Who knows? When the bell opens on tomorrow, I might change my mind. So this is not a recommendation, but a consideration. This is Miss Put Options, and I will talk to you soon.